It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
It's time for DMD. It's Dynamite After Dark, baby.
Woo! Enters. Play the music, please. If I can find it. There we go.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. And tell me all your information. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know.
Anything goes. It's Dynamite After Dark.
Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday night, and that means you are joining us live to talk about Dynamite from AEW tonight, coming from El Paso, Texas. We got to witness Championship Fight Night. All the belts, except for the TBS belt, was on the line, or some similarity thereof. But anyways, let's get started. I am, of course, the JFB, James from Boston.
And I'm, of course, the Green Lantern of effing wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry.
He slapped himself into a pause, ladies and gentlemen. That's how hard that slap is. He's got the slap of the hand of God. That's what he's got. Anyways, you know what? We are a trio. We are a trio, and you can't be a trio without a third guy. He's not just a third wheel. He is the third host. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey J Styles, if you will.
The hot tag is here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys get to be graced with all three of us today. We're doing this show without the special guest. This is going to be interesting. Maybe she'll pop in a little bit later, possibly during a phone call or some sort.
Yeah. So before we get started,
I was expecting Dollywood.
Yeah, we were expecting Dollywood.
Yeah, I was expecting Dollywood.
Yeah, but you know what? Well, we have a phone call to make first. Then we got to do our phone call, and then we'll go into the rest of the show. But I think we need to do is, normally our backup goalie is Liam, right? And he's always been our backup goalie. So let's give him a call and see if he wants to be on the show. And so here we go. You ready to dial?
Yep.
Hello.
Hey, Liam. It's Canada Dry phoning. We got Dollywood here. We got JFB. We all just wanted to say, hey, how are you doing this fine evening?
What the hell, Aaron? I thought we went over this.
Whoa. We're not going to tell people my real name. That's Canada Dry, damn it.
You know what? Screw it. Haney, don't forget to tune into Friday with Wrestling with the Paranormal, because I've got a lot to say about you, boy, you salty bitch.
Oh!
He hung up.
He hung up on us. We are joined by Dollywood Styles, ladies and gentlemen.
Dollywood's here.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Oh my God!
You have a beef with Bremo?
Brimo
Don't you have a beef with Brimo?
is a wonderful, sweet girl. And she is managed by possibly the best manager that AFW has ever seen. But I need to let y'all know that Dollywood is still working her way to the top. I know Bree won Miss AFW and I didn't. I know Bree has got her Hall of Fame points and is going to get inducted this year, and I don't. And I know that Bree is going to win whatever championship that she sets her sights on, and I'm probably not. But I want you guys to know that I can make a great pie.
Well, and you know what?
I know for a fact. I know for a fact that you are the best person in the kitchen. Period, Dollywood.
I do a lot of things in the kitchen. A lot of things in the kitchen.
Well, you know what, Dollywood? How would you like to do the Bobby Fish joke of the week? It would be an honor and a privilege.
I would love to. I don't. You know what? I got something great for this.
Okay, here we go. This is the Bobby Fish joke of the week. All right, Dollywood, lay it on us.
Well, first of all, I want you guys to know that the independent scene in wrestling has been amazing this week and next week. And really this whole month, the whole month of February has just been amazing. I mean, you have Matt Cardona and that fella that used to be a dinosaur. They're wrestling for the 10 pounds of gold in NWA. You got Mercedes Moné and you got Kyrie, and they're going to be wrestling in Mercedes Moné's like first real match outside of WWE. And it's funny because with everything else, of course, they announced that that New Japan and Impact are going to work together. And with all this stuff, you would think that there's got to be room on the main shows for all wrestlers everywhere. Yeah. And yet Bobby Fish is on the pre-show of the Battle for the Valley. Like, I know you guys are expecting a joke, but this is just sad.
It's sad.
Dollywood, as always, you hit it out of the park. Amazing.
Yep. Absolutely. Bravo.
You fellas are too kind.
Of course,
our know.
Huh?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, our Bobby Fish joke of the week is brought to you by Saber. Unleash the power of the Pyramid 2.0. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got the ability to make phone calls. You can go ahead and play games. Everything all in one unique device. Ladies and gentlemen, unleash the power of the pyramid. Think different. Think Saber.
Is it Saber or is it Sabre? I heard people say it two different ways.
I've heard it both ways.
Okay.
Just as long as you realize, Saber, it's time to come home.
Time to come home. All right. So let's you know what? We got to jump right into it because there was absolutely 100%. This is the championship fight night. This should be it needs to be an amazing show. Was it? Well, we start off with a bang, okay? Your world champion didn't come out in the main event like the JFB predicted and predicted wrong. He actually got the first match. The opening match is MJF versus Takeshita. Here are my notes. Tony Khan must be high on the snow bluffs to put your champion as the opening match. It just doesn't make sense. He is your world champion. He should be the crowning achievement at the very end, the acme, the pinnacle, if you will. Takeshita is all business. There is no doubt about it. But you don't shake hands with the devil himself. You just don't do that. You play fiddle, but you don't shake hands. Takeshita taking control early. MJF, being the dirty boy that he is, works that arm. Takeshita We have a new term now. We've gone from Yambag Yahtzee to Yambag Region. That's right. It's the region, your bathing suit area. It's the Yambag region. The referees.
Are you going to do this whole show with Dollywood?
I sure am. I don't know why y'all are surprised by this. And Rich Southwood is here now. I love that guy.
Rich Southwood is the bomb. Do referees get danger pay when they actually participate in a match with MJF? You think they would, because that whole match, just anytime he's in a match, it just goes sideways. He is the best heel in the business, and he showed you why in that ring. After you're killing me with the pinnacle use. Rich Southwood, I have a very extensive vocabulary. Danielson comes in for the quasi save after MJF opens up Takeshita with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Let's go to Canada Dry first. Canada Dry, what are your thoughts on the opening match?
I'm absolutely fine with this match going first because, as you'll see it all play out on the rest of the show, the puzzle pieces all connect.
Yeah.
And to me, this showcased Takeshita, who's on my top 5, by the way. He's on
That's
my
true.
He was on your top 5. And this solidified why Takeshita was on my top 5. He pushed MJF to the limit. That match showcased him beautifully. Tony Khan is putting a lot of faith in this young man right now, and for good reason. He's looking amazing.
Yeah, you hitch your ride. You ride that horse until that horse can't win anymore. And that's what they're doing with him. You ride that horse, you whip it, you beat it, you go around that circle, you win a race, you wait until it's down, and then you turn it into dog food. Dollywood, what were your thoughts on the first match of the night?
Well, I really like this match. I was a little bit disappointed for this championship fight night that there was no Orange Cassidy. I just love that guy. And I was really surprised that Jay didn't say something about her 50th win. Yeah. But I got to say I was pleasantly surprised by this match. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. And there were just some moments in here, like when MJF did the flip on the top rope and landed on his feet. There were just so many moments here that really shows that Takeshita guy is such a star. I mean, he bleeds almost better than Danielson and Moxley.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that I love this match. The whole hitting with the ring, that just felt like a little bit overkill. But, it was just it just seems like it might be a little overdone. Like you're trying to telegraph your finish too far.
Yeah. I mean, I want to. Cade said that MJF shouldn't be a part-timer. What they are doing is they're doing what Vince did with Hogan in the 80s, and it works because you don't want your world champion to be on TV, because then when it comes to pay-per-view time, it's not special. It's just another match, and that is what makes Tony Khan a much better booker than Triple H, or as Vinnie Mac is controlling everything. You got to play that game and make people buy Revolution, because if he's wrestling every week, it's going to be a foregone conclusion that MJF is probably going to retain. But if he's sparingly being used, who knows? Danielson might have a shot. So.
It also gets the crowd more into it, I think, because when you have that guy who is like always talking but not wrestling, you want to see him get beat. So people, even if they don't think that Danielson has a chance, they're going to tune in because you just want to see MJF lose.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go to a quick video vignette with the king of television, Samoa Joe, is there, and he's talking shit about Wardlow. He's like, Darby Allin, I respect you. Wardlow, I don't respect you. And he just needles him and needles him and needles him. And this is going to go on. I can't wait. I want to see more of Joe needling Wardlow before they finally touch gloves and they go at each other at Revolution, because that's the inevitable where they're going to go. So, Dollywood, what did you think about Samoa Joe?
I just love Samoa Joe. I think he's one of the best on the mic. And I honestly, I don't necessarily like what his feud might be heading, because I don't think that Wardlow is really where he needs to be the guy to beat Joe at this point. He needs to work on his craft, change up his little bit, because I don't want to see this match end with the Powerbomb Symphony and that just be the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Canada Dry, what were your thoughts?
I really loved this promo by Samoa Joseph. I thought it was great. I thought it hit all the right spots.
Yeah.
Samoa Joseph, to me, he's just a good guy. It looks like it's going to be for both belts, because he's holding both belts. He insinuated that Wardlow wants both belts. So I'm hoping it's for both belts, because that just makes it a bigger match.
Oh yeah, that makes it a banger and a half. Like, you definitely are going to watch specifically that match, because two belts are always better than one. I don't care how many people say, "Oh no." It is two belts always better than one. All right, so we go to our second match. Very little. We don't have a lot of backstage segments, which is actually really good. We go to the Bunny versus our AEW Women's Champion. She is Jamie Hayter. Haterade is my favorite drink. I love Haterade. I use that as my pre-workout because I love Haterade. Hayter comes out with Brett and Rebel in tow. She is getting a monster face push currently right now, especially with Saraya and Saraya and Tony Storm, which we'll get to later. Hayter goes mat base extremely early. Canada Dry just decided to leave for no reason at all. Okay. It's mayhem in here is what it is. It's mayhem.
Didn't handle my blonde ambition.
Bunny going for the power mat. She's going for power strikes, which was really unusual because she's not known as a power wrestler. And during the picture-in-picture, she was on top of Hayter for most of that picture-in-picture. Horrible botch finish at the end. Absolutely horrible botch finish. Let's get Canada Dry. There he is. Let's get Canada Dry. There he is.
All right, so I'm going to stop doing the commentary so you can take care of that.
Okay.
So I'm stopped lagging.
Yay! So what did you think of the Bunny versus Hayter?
Can you get rid of the noob comment?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I thought it was a great little match. Just a quick filler. You had to have the women on the show. Wasn't anything special. Just kind of kept that story going.
Yeah,
which is what we need. So I think it was just a quick little filler match and kept the story going with the outsiders.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the outside, Trey J, what did you think of the? I'm sorry, Black Dollywood. What did you think?
Black Dollywood now.
What do you think of the second match of the night?
First of all, I want to make sure I address the fact that Bree Mode is now watching us live, and I just want her to know that as much as I respect you, girl, if I do have to face you in the match, I mean, I'm probably going to lose, but I'm gonna put up a good fight. And I want to tell y'all that Bunny was so cute. And with her thing and with Penelope Ford out there. But I mean, those two girls put together couldn't start a fire. Jamie Hayter is just such a big deal right now. I mean, she is on fire. I don't think that there is a tougher woman on that show. But it's really interesting, I think, how we got to this face turn for them without them really having to do much. Like, I really enjoy watching Britt Baker not have to backstab a friend. Like, I didn't think this is where it's going to go. Yeah. And the sign, the haterade is how you start your day. It was perfect. There's a lot to love about this. And the bunny, she definitely puts on passable matches. But this has given us a great story with the champ and with Britt coming in, like defending AEW. So I love it. I love it all.
I love it too. I love and speaking of the outsiders, of course, Renee's backstage and she's with Soraya and Tony Storm. And then for some reason, they decide to beat up on Leva Bates. You can't beat up on Blue Pants.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. She deserves it. You shut up. You do not beat up on Blue Pants.
Why is Canada Dry drinking a Pepsi? I feel like that is like that does not go together.
I feel like we're gonna get sued by Canada Dry.
Wait, I'm hearing something about we're getting breaking news right here.
You're right.
Yep, you got it?
Yeah, I do. New York Mike, are you there? Can you jump in really quickly and give us the correspondence, the breaking news?
Listen up, folks. New York's own Mike the Microphone has the scoop on next week's podcast on how Liam the Magician tries to fool the masses with so-called magic tricks. Ha! Mike's got scoop for you. His magic is about as real as a unicorn in Central Park. The Big Apple's about to wake up and smell the coffee. Mike's about to expose the fraud, and there's nothing you can do to stop him. So find out on next week's podcast why Liam the Magician is faker than Debbie McGee's tits. I'll see you then.
Wow. Holy cow. New York Mike's got it in for Liam.
Mike the Microphone is his name, I guess.
Mike the Microphone.
New York Mike and Mike the Microphone.
That Yankees hat makes me want to throw up.
Faker than Debbie McGee's tits. Faker than Debbie McGee's tits.
Oh, God. All right, so they beat up on Leva Bates. It made no sense. I get it, Leva, but Leva's not an AEW original. She's been all over the freaking world wrestling, so it didn't make sense. It was really fugazi. Yeah,
wasn't though. Leva was like the very first though. She was like the very first woman to get featured. It was like her, Brandy, Nyla Rose, and Riho were like the first ones.
Yeah. So we go backstage with our correspondent Lexi, and MJF cuts an amazing promo on Takeshita, on Danielson. My question out of this before we go to you guys is, does Tony Khan pay his FCC fines, or does that come out of MJF's pocket for the FCC fines? Because you can't do that on TV and not expect to get fined. That's all I'm saying. Canada Dry, what did you think of the promo? And
but you just did it.
Well, yeah, but we're not on TV.
We got her on something. Oh, that promo. In fact, he mentioned Liv.
Yeah.
So the Liv is the name of the girl.
Yeah.
And we actually posted a picture of him and Liv on Twitter.
Yeah.
Say that promo was killer. To me, that hit all the notes to make him just this evil slime bag.
Yeah.
It's just it's like you think, I carried her out and rescued. No, I switched spots with her and put her in so I could get out of a jam. Wow. It just made him look, it just put him next level heel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's in the stratosphere. Trey J, what did you think of MJF and his, or not Trey J, I'm sorry, Black Dollywood? What were your thoughts on the MJF?
Well, that story, I don't like that. I didn't like that story. I mean, I love the promo, but I didn't like that story. I don't,
nasty.
It was nasty. It was very nasty. He made a lot of he was so rude. Making that gesture, and also, I don't know you guys, but MJF at this point, with all this money that he's been throwing around trying to stop Bryan Danielson, with all these promos about him being this mastermind who outthinks everybody, who's always for himself. If he does not come out with some major twist at AEW Revolution, I will be sorely disappointed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm gobsmacked on how he is able every week to outdo himself when it comes to promos. Like he does it. He outdoes himself every time you put a microphone in his face, you're gonna get something red hot. So we go to our third match. It's the Garcia Guevara Gauntlet match. And we'll start with the first match, Starks versus Angelo Parker. That lasted for about a couple minutes. We got the spear, we got the pin, and then in comes Matt Menard, or as I like to call him, stroke victim number 12. Go ahead.
Can you put up the comment by Michael Smith, please?
I can, yeah.
Let's hope no one screenshots that JFB doing that motion.
The once in a lifetime.
Yes.
You'll never get that again. Never. So if anybody screenshot it, good for you. You don't have to blackmail me.
It'll be someone's new profile picture. Remember that guy who stole your profile?
Oh my God, that guy that stole my profile.
Switch it to that picture.
That's funny.
Oh man. So we go to the Garcia. Matt Menard comes in, doesn't have a stroke, but he gets beat. 5 Second Jones. That's his new nickname.
5 Second Jones.
5 Second Jones. And then we get to Garcia. And finally, we get to the better part of the Jericho Appreciation Society, because not only does Garcia come out, so does Guevara. And then you have to wonder who's going in the ring. Was it going to be Guevara, like the JFB picked, or Garcia, like everybody else in AFW picked? I can tell you this, it was not the JFB's pick. It is Daniel Garcia. He comes in and just punishes Ricky Starks. The guillotine was superb. I have never seen a guillotine locked in like that. It like hurt my neck just watching it. Amazing Northern Lights bomb. I mean, that was just a killer move. And then we get a guy who I can only describe as wearing a lucha mask with the demon's face paint from Kiss, delivers a spinning back elbow, and everybody is flabbergasted. Who could it be? Who? It was Jericho, of course. It was the Judas Effect. Starks looked devastated. I was hoping for the big comeback and him getting Jericho. They're going to have to find another way to bring it home. Black Dollywood, what is your thoughts on the third match, the gauntlet match?
Well, this match was really confusing. I feel like they changed the rules like every so often, and it was like by the time they got to the ring, even the announcers didn't know what was going on.
Yep.
And it was strange to me, because I think that if I had known that he was going to get a match against Jericho that night, I would have known exactly who to pick. But I feel like, nobody knew. We thought he was going to get the match with Jericho at Revolution, but apparently he was going to get it the same night, and that was a lot. And then I didn't know that he was going to have to pick Jericho, he was going to have to pick Daniel or Guevara. But the action in the ring was really good. I mean, this is probably about the most crisp that Ricky Starks has looked. He's been looking a little off in some of these matches. I think the tag team match definitely took a bit of his speed down. 2.0, they do, they do 2.0 things. Apparently that word sports entertainers is catching on. The crowd's definitely singing along with that. Love the Jericho part. You knew Jericho was going to have a part in it somewhere. You can't have this whole thing and the biggest draw there isn't going to be a part. So, but overall, it's good. It was definitely good. It's going to move the story forward, and I think it's actually good to give Ricky Starks that come from the bottom underdog thing.
Yeah, I think from now on we should refer to him as Rock Starks. because he's the junior version of The Rock. You know, if The Rock was the
Ah,
lead.
the rock star.
Yeah. So we got Rockstar.
Rockstar Ricky Starks. I like it.
So,
Rockstar.
Ken and Dry, what were your thoughts on the third match?
I love this little thing they were doing there. I like seeing. I like that they just quickly got those first two matches over because I was like, how are they going to pull this off? This gauntlet? They're going to have to do some quick matches. But I loved seeing Garcia in action here. He's this close to sliding into my top 5. So if he does, we'll do that on the show. We'll get him in the top 5 if he doesn't, but he's this close. Yeah. Because I think that he's almost there. You recommended him. Yeah. But I loved that Garcia got the win because he doesn't need to take any shade at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we talked about on Sunday, this kid's got huge upside and very, very small downside. And that's what makes Garcia such a threat in the ring. The kid can cut promos. He's not the greatest promo guy, but he cuts really good promos. He's good on the stick. He's good in the ring. He's constantly moving around. He's got a nasty streak in him, and that's what you need.
Well, Bret Hart was not good at promos when he first started.
That's true. Bret Hart was horrible at promos
but by 1997, I think he was up there with anyone when he was cutting those promos against America. I thought that and that's where you could go. You don't just because you don't start out doing good promos doesn't mean you're stuck there.
Yeah.
He's only like 23.
Yeah. He's only he's 23 years old. I mean, this kid,
and he's already made it into Dallas's top 5. So
that might be more elusive to get into that top 5.
I mean, we all know that Hook is number 1, and apparently Darius Martin is in there too. So
yeah, of course, Dally likes him pretty.
Speaking of Dallas, Dallas has a small cameo this week on Wrestling with the Paranormal.
Oh,
and it is funny as hell. So if you want to see this small cameo by Dallas on Wrestling with the Paranormal, tune in on Friday.
Yep, Friday nights we have Wrestling with the Paranormal, which is really awesome. I'm going to watch it live because I want to see what's going to happen with Dally. I want to see the little special Dally treat.
That's what it
is. So we go live backstage with Renee. She's with the Acclaim.
That's a cute little snack.
There's a general agreement between the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. The Daddy Ass stays in the back, which means he's not going to stay in the back. We all know that. That's wrestling trope 101. Then Renee goes back. We go to commercial. We come back. Renee's with Takeshita and Danielson. Someone pennied the door. Someone pennied the door shut so Danielson couldn't get out as we hear the music of Roosh, which leads us into our 4th match of the night. Roosh versus Bryan Danielson. Here's some of my notes. MJF comes to grace us with his presence once again. Danielson destroys the door. Aubrey with the slow count. I loved it. I love that MJF kept saying faster, faster, faster. She went slower and slower and slower. What great storytelling. Roosh just jumped on Danielson early and pretty much just carried that match. He just punished Danielson. Danielson got gigged. He got color all over the place. There wasn't a camera lens that didn't have a speck of blood on it from that match. Outside of Darby Allin, I think Danielson takes probably the second best ass kicking in the world. I don't see anybody that takes an ass kicking better than him, with the exception of Darby Allin. MJF is limping to the ring. We had a really good back and forth. Danielson does get the win, of course. And then he clocks him with the diamond ring and then puts on the salt of the earth until security has to wrestle him out of the ring. Can the Dry lay it on us?
Okay, first of all, when someone pennies your door, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
Penny. Penny. And eventually someone will let you in and you can talk to him about your problem. Yeah. But to me, this match was so amazing.
Yeah.
I love this match. This was a work of art, and to me, it's right up there in the top 10 of Bryan Danielson matches I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored this thing. The blood was there. Everything was so gritty.
Yeah.
It was so gritty.
Yeah.
So I absolutely adored this match. To me, this is the best match of all of them that they've had so far in this MJF challenge.
Yeah.
I want to know what Black Dollywood has to say on this.
Yeah, Buck Dollywood, what are your thoughts on Roosh versus Danielson?
You know, I watched this match and there were so many things that I thought were going to happen. I thought that maybe Andrade would come back. I thought that they would surprise us with the Lucha Brothers because they never followed up on that story.
Yeah.
But once the bell rang, like I forgot about all of that. I felt like this match really stood up on its own. Like I loved a lot about this. Bryan Danielson was doing, he's fantastic in whatever he does, and this was no different. Roosh is definitely deserving of a much better spot than what he has right now. I wasn't overly impressed when he was picked as the fifth opponent, and so my expectations were a little bit low, and I will never make that mistake again. Roosh is a star. I don't care how you look at it, what language he's speaking, who he's going against. Roosh can have a great match with anybody. I look forward one of these days to actually seeing him go, for one of those titles. I could easily see him going against Orange Cassidy for the All Atlantic title, which, by the way, for Championship Fight Night, once again, we got to mention the fact that my boy Orange Cassidy was not on the show.
Yeah.
And overall, though, I mean, there was a lot to love about this. I mean, this match really told a great story, and that's really the mark of a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, straight up was probably one of the best matches that I agree with you, Canada Drive. I would put it in my top 5 Danielson matches of all time. I mean, and that's saying a lot because he's got some amazing matches throughout his career.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The top 5, the top 10 for sure.
I got a number 5. It's floating between 5. It could sink to 6, but I got it floating at 5 right now. So
we're definite top 5 for AEW career.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Black Dollywood, are you doing anything Sunday?
Maybe. Don't watch Super Bowl.
Oh.
But what you got in mind?
Well, I'm just seeing if you wanted to be part of our Valentine's Day episode. We do need a woman to be part of this.
Well, you know what? I might be free.
Okay. Maybe we might get our woman after all.
Heck yeah. Boop, boop.
Dollywood.
All right, so let's go to Tony Schiavone, who's backstage with Brian Quinn, BQ, and Murr from Impractical Jokers. They talked about Jericho being on the show. They talked about how that he wanted a loofah send a candle, and then they stole his bat, and now Jericho has to respond literally the next day tomorrow. And so do we see maybe the Impractical Jokers getting involved at Revolution in a match? Canada Dry, your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think this is purely for their show.
Yeah.
Jericho's going to be on it. It's a way of just like giving the nod, watch their show, see what happens with the bat on their show.
Yeah.
That's all I think it is. It's not going to be anything that's going to lead to anything because that would be dumb.
Yeah. Black Dollywood, what did you think?
I just feel like the show's not going to be the same, with 3 Jokers. I mean, they can put all the celebrities they want onto that show, but I mean, it's just never going to be the same.
Yeah.
There was a magic with those guys all together. And right now, I'm definitely open-minded because I do believe that the Post Malone one's going to be hilarious. Only because if I saw a guy come out of my nice car with a bunch of tattoos on his face, I am going to lose my wait, can I say the S word?
Of course you can, Dolan.
I would lose my shit.
So do you think they can recruit someone to replace the guy that left?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to just throw somebody new into something. I mean,
yeah,
it's tough. I mean,
Joe Gatto is amazing. It sucks that he's not there because outside of
So
Brian,
what did Joe Gatto do? Is he going to stand up? What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. I know
Not
he's
for him no more.
yeah. I just think he's not touring with them either. So yeah, it kind of sucks. So we go to our fifth match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Top Flight with AR Fox. Candy can't come.
Yes.
Versus the Elite. Here are some of my notes. This is going to be a spot fest spectacular. Dante with the crotch chop. I loved it. Apparently, Don Callis and the Elite with Nakamura and with what's his name? Anyways, and Brandon, they all live in a big mansion together. I was not aware of this. And so the Elite controlled pretty much through picture in picture, keeping it mostly mat based. Somewhat sloppy match in the very beginning. It just looked sloppy, and it looked like they weren't meshing very well. Much later, we get it. It starts getting a little bit tighter. It's a little bit more of a tighter match. And AR Fox reversed the One Wing Angel. I mean, that's huge. How many people have we seen counter and reverse the One Wing Angel? I can count it on my hands. One. That's it. So let's go to Black Dollywood. Tell us what you think of match number 5.
I feel like AR Fox stole the show in this match. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but AR Fox, I mean, he really impressed. He looked like a guy that could hang with any main eventer.
Yep.
It almost makes you want to see a match between him and Kenny Omega. Yeah, you probably know who's already going to win, but I mean, that match could really you could put that at the start of a show. You could put that at the end of the show. That match would be great. The Young Bucks this time, though, it looked like they kind of phoned it in. Yep. I don't know about you guys, but I think it was one of those, like, let's let Top Flight get their stuff in. Let's kind of keep it basic for everybody. But I think they did. They did a great job of putting the spotlight on those high flyers, on those young guys, because they're the next generation. And it's like, yeah, I didn't think that they were going to lose this match, but I definitely was impressed by the work put in by everybody. The Elite made sure that everybody looked good. And I think that, honestly, we got a brand new Elite here. I mean, it's not an Elite that's looking to bury anybody or to make anybody look bad or to sandbag anybody. This Elite looks like they're trying to put over some new stars. So this could be great for them.
Yeah. Ken, to dry your thoughts on the 5th match of the night?
Well, I don't know if you guys know this. Maybe this is breaking news right here. But I named Natalia Markova's submission move just this last week.
Yeah.
It's called the Last Crush.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking maybe I need to come up with someone else's finishing move.
Like who?
Like AR Fox.
Yeah.
Call his finishing move. Candy's not here.
Candy's not here.
It's like, oh, Candy's not here. Remove the slams in there.
Acknowledging it's meta.
Yeah, but otherwise, this match, AR Fox looked amazing in this match. Top Flight looked amazing, and I do agree. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, they just kind of, it was like meh for me for those three.
Yeah,
I don't know if they were just there trying to do their job and put them over. Yeah, but there was one of those things where they didn't look so elite.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Buck Dollywood, your thoughts?
Well, like I said before, AR Fox looked great, but there were some really innovative moves that the Top Flight were using, and you got to give them credit for that, because those guys are like, I mean, they're like wizards out there. They're coming out with something new every time. They know that every opportunity they get is a time to really impress, and they're getting a lot of airtime on Dynamite, a lot more than they have been getting on used to be just pretty much Rampage and Dark, and now that both of them are back and hopefully stay healthy, we got the sky's the limit for those guys. I mean, we could definitely easily see them up against the Gun I don't want to spoil it, but we can see them going for the tag team championships, going up against the Acclaim. They've had some run-ins, so they really make me right now look forward to what they're going to do next.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or did you ask him twice?
I asked him twice. I like Dollywood, so I got to ask her twice.
Listen, just because I'm a guy doesn't mean you can't talk to me. Like, just because you got a pretty girl in front of you doesn't mean you got to ignore this bubbly son of a bitch. Come on,
all right. Before we get to the rest of the shenanigans,
using your womanly wiles.
Cade wants to know how. Cade says, "How do you guys feel about the mogul affiliates?" Canada Dry, you go first. What do you think about the mogul affiliates?
I'm really starting to like them.
Yeah,
I'm really starting, and I like to see Swerve Strickland's words on him. Like he's really into this. I think this is his creation. He took these two guys, and he's like, I'm going to make them into something, and it's going to be a process. But they're going to be something special when I'm done with them.
Okay. Dollywood, what did you thought?
He's definitely doing better than what WWE is doing with that hit row. Yeah, it's really coming across that which group got the better end of this deal. The mogul affiliates, that one guy, I wouldn't want to touch him because he does not like he take baths. And wasn't he a baseball player or something? It looks like a baseball player.
First rounder.
Did he have tattoos on his face back then?
No, he did not.
But that Parker, I love that Parker.
He's just a sweetheart.
He is. I bet you he is such a nice guy. It's almost like when you find something that somebody's really willing to work with him and they make him look great. I mean, maybe he's probably getting tired of the Brock Lesnar comparisons, but regardless, I mean, him being.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, sure.
Do you like playing with you? I notice you're playing with your hair a lot. Do you do the loop-de-loop thing as well? Like,
I can't keep it out of my face today. I'm trying, but it just won't stay out of my face.
Playing with it. You're just trying to keep it out of your face. Okay.
I am, and it just looks, but I make it look awesome. So
Yes, you do. You do. I know JFB has a crush on you.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Here's my thoughts on the mogul affiliates. I love Swerve Strickland. This is not a faction, and it may eventually become a faction. Parker Bordeaux needs time. There are people who need time to grow into where they need to go and what they need to do. So all I'm saying is it's not a faction right now. It'll be a faction soon enough, but it's Swerve Strickland with a couple of bodyguards at this point right now. So and don't get me wrong, I love watching Swerve. So
yeah, and I think that the Big Show, Paul White, is working with Parker, and I think that's going to be nothing but great for his career. Because when you're working with a guy with that much experience, a guy that big, he knows the ins and outs of this business.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go backstage with Stokely. The firm is all right, he says, but he talks about Hook, and who comes out? Hook. And what does he do? Puts him in an armbar after he tells him he's going to take him to his favorite restaurant in Harlem. He puts him in a freaking armbar, and then Stokely asks for medical. We don't even have to get into this one because it's just straight garbage at this point. Let's go to our main event, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of the evening, we have the Guns versus the Acclaimed. Love the rap. Love how the Guns came out real confident. I mean, they looked like they were laser focused. And then you go ahead and you jump into the Acclaimed, who looked a little trepid. They didn't look hyped up. The rap was fantastic. I love the rap. I love how they build the tension up. I think they took it from Roman Reigns versus KO at the Royal Rumble. You size each other up and you build that drama and you build that tension until bam, they collide. Acclaim was in total control during the picture-in-picture. It's hard to believe the Acclaim haven't been a tag team for that long because the chemistry between them and how they play off each other that's something tag teams who have been around for 10, 15, 20 years do. Not guys who have been around for a couple of years as a team. Guns are turning the tables. Bowens is cleaning house. We get the schmoz. Awesome ref bump. That ref took a bump and
Yes.
a half. He might be the MVP of this entire show because he took it right on the chin. And so we get the schmoz finish. Billy Gunn, Daddy Ass comes out. Then, the Ass Boys are going to hit the Acclaim. He stops them. Then he gets knocked in the head. And then there's a schmoz and schmoz and schmoz. And we have new tag team champions. They beat the Acclaimed. Panda Dry. What's up with that?
This main event
Yeah.
is brought to you by our sponsors, Backshaves.com.
Backshaves.com, where you can get your back shave. Go to backshaves.com. At least visit the damn site. That's
They
how
will
we get
come.
paid.
They will come to your house
Yeah,
and shave your back for you in your kitchen.
yeah, absolutely. Or in the bathroom, or in the bedroom.
Wherever.
Wherever you want to get a
They
shave.
got a drive-through service, kind of like DoorDash, where they just come to your job.
Yeah.
They're like the tire guys that do that will come.
Backshaves.com.
Backshaves.com.
They got a little like massage table in the van. I don't know if you trust massage tables in vans, but they have one.
Don't, but go ahead.
Hey, listen, if I was going to pay $49.99 to get LASIK surgery in a van, so if I'm willing to do that, massage table in a van is not a problem. All right, so what did you think of the main event, Canada Dry?
I absolutely adored this. If you are going to put these guys over FTR, I absolutely no problem putting these guys over the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
Obviously they believe in them. They think that they've got that heel quality. Yeah. And I'm good with this. I don't know how long they'll hold the belts.
Yeah.
They could lose them at Revolution. I can see a rematch coming.
Yeah.
And Acclaim gets them back. Or if there's a little bit of a something going on, FTR is mucking about.
Yeah.
And they're not really taking time off. They're getting ready to take these belts off of the Ass Boys.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Black Dahlia, Dollywood, what is your thoughts on this match?
Well, I think this match is really good. At first I was just like the crowd there. They were just chanting like BS and BS and BS. But after I took a little bit of time and think about the fact that this is really setting up for that big pay-per-view, I was not mad at this result. This pay-per-view is the first one of the new year for them. And so the hype for this has got to be fever pitch. Yeah. So in a lot of ways, having a lot of your heels look strong going into this pay-per-view, because all of them aren't going to win.
Yeah.
But having your heels look strong going into this pay-per-view is going to do nothing but lead to success for the show, because people want to see these people get punched in the face. And if they, and if it turns out to be a situation where the Acclaim get them back, then the crowd's going to cheer for that. If Daddy Ass turns again, for whatever reason, hopefully this gives us a reason not to, because his kids tried to take him out.
Yeah.
Them boys just need spanking, honestly. They did not get spanked enough.
Dollywood, you're not just a pretty face. You are a smart cookie. I got to compliment you on that.
Well, thank you. You're not so bad yourself.
Thanks.
But I like it. I like the fact that so many heels got the upper hand going into this. You had Tony Storm and Saraya. You had the Guns. You had MJF. Like, a lot of heels really came out looking great on this. And you want to see that, because you got to see them get their comeuppance. WWE had a big face problem for a long time, where the faces would just win and win and win and win. And then all of a sudden they get to the pay-per-view and they lose. And you're like, wait, what? No, this makes any sense.
Yeah.
But TK is really doing a great job with this. And you got to be able to compliment somebody when they're doing a great job. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good main event. I thought it served its purpose. It was a shock. It was a shock to see the Guns win, but you're right. It draws you to knowing something big is going to happen on the horizon, and when it does, it's going to be freaking amazing. So that's it. We are out of time. We're at the end of the show. But before we start going into the whole rigmarole, you have to tell us number of bells, 1 to 5, and your favorite match of the evening. Trey J Styles, you go first, or Black Dollywood.
I gotta give this show like 3.5 bells. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. There were definitely some things that may have been a little bit different. I think sometimes some of the timing on some of these promo segments was a little bit off. I think the choice of going and attacking old Blue Pants was odd because I feel like there was definitely some other people that would have made more sense in that position. But the in-ring work was really, really good. The Danielson and Roosh match was good. This made it really difficult to really pick which match I liked the most. But I will say I think that the Danielson and Roosh match was the best. But my favorite match tonight was MJF and Takeshita.
Yeah.
So
okay, Canada Dry.
I'm a little bit AEW favoritism, I guess.
Yep.
maybe.
But when they do a show like this, it proves me right.
Yeah.
Because they had a few minor imperfections, yeah. But overall, giving show matches like this away for free,
yeah,
it's unheard of.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Yeah.
AEW, that's who.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. And my favorite match of the night is Daniel Bryan and Roosh.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson and Roosh.
Whoosh.
Roosh.
I gotta say,
See.
that was pretty.
This crowd was off the hook.
Yeah, that's an El Paso crowd. Texas crowds, man, they are rowdy. You know what? This was not a bad show. It lagged in parts. Some of the matches in the beginning were a little sloppier than they should have been. Should have been a lot more tight. But Dollywood said, yeah, I mean, absolutely 100%. Everything that was in ring was absolutely perfect. Everything that happened out of the ring was just questionable at best. So I'm going to go with 3.5 stars as well. My favorite match, of course, was I was going to go main event, but I keep thinking of Danielson and I keep thinking of Roosh and how much they just beat the ever living shit out of each other. They took it to the bank, and that's a huge plus in my book. If you're willing to bleed and make your chest look like raw roast beef, you're going to get match of the night from the JFB, that's for sure. So that's it. That is our show. Now, let's get to the whole rigmarole, if you will. If you want to catch up with us on social media, you want to catch up on past episodes, future episodes, go to youtube.com/effing wrestling. Or if you want to join the Prediction League, JFB, Dollywood's in it, Canada Dry's in it. Everybody is in it.
Don't forget about that Trey J Styles. He is so great.
Trey J Styles is one of the greatest AFW champions in the world ever.
Did you know that Canada Dry retired tonight?
Yes.
I heard.
Yeah.
But
That's
he
so
was hit
sad.
with the chair, the lights went out, and he disappeared. We don't know where he is.
Well, he's right there.
Yeah, but where? He could be locked up somewhere.
But if you want to join AFW, you have to go to one place and one place only, and that is effingwrestling.com. Go all the way down to the bottom of the page. All of our social media links. We have links for everything. We have links for Natalia Markova. We got we're going to have ads we're going to have a section for backshades.com because they're helping us out. Now, if you want, it's Valentine's Day, ladies, and your wrestling man loves wrestling paraphernalia. And why not get him a shirt? Let's go ahead and get him the middle finger shirt or the all effing shirt as worn by Canada Dry and the JFB. But you can
And Natalia as well.
Yeah, Natalia. She is, of course, the face of all effing wrestling. She and she makes a shirt look good. So you can get that. You can get the middle fingers. Natalia, we love you. Thank you so much for being the face of our company. Now, if you like old school wrestling,
And I know you do.
I know you do. I know you do. Don't be sassing me back. All you have to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis.
And I like this one. I like this shirt.
This shirt is the best
This
shirt.
shirt right here. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way.
Is the best
Okay.
shirt in the world. Absolutely. You have to go to Adrian Adonis's website. He was an integral part of wrestling, both when all of us were growing up. You got to have him on your shirt. So go to the prowrestlingtees.com, either Effin' Wrestling or Adrian Adonis. On behalf of the Black Dollywood and Canada Dry, I am the JFB.
And remember to just keep fighting.
Woo, woo, woo. Ding, ding, ding. Hit the outro. This has been an Effin' Worldwide Media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Effin' Wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/Effin' Wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effinwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.